Hello, dear students. Welcome to the Bajirao IAS Academy. Today is 13th January and we are going to cover the daily Hindu newspaper analysis. So, in today's session, we are going to cover three important editorial. The first editorial is related to sanitation award. And why we are discussing? Because recently Swachhata Sarvekshan 2023 report came, and based on that award were given to different cities based on different parameters. So what are the Swachhata Sarvekshan? And tell me one thing, when this Swachh Bharat mission was launched? Yes, you are right, 2nd of October 2014. So now we have entered 2024. So tell me one thing, whether there is any improvement in the sanitation scenario in India, and if yes, what are the improvements, and if there is a hurdle still on, then tell me some of the hurdles as well. Then further we will shift to the second editorial, where we will try to understand the hurdles in the police system. And specifically when we talk about police system, as you all know that our police system is basically the outcome of British rules and regulations that designed the policing system in India. But this policing system had lot of hurdles, specifically when we talk about hierarchical scenario. So that is also one problem. Apart from that, we will be analyzing other hurdles as well. Then the next editorial will be related to the recent Supreme Court judgment, where the Supreme Court refused to stay the law which was related to selection of chief election commissioners and the election commissioners. So already we have discussed many articles regarding this, and here we will try to understand some of the overview, not in detail, because we have already covered lots of articles. So to avoid the repetition, we are just restricting to what the Supreme Court had said on this issue. Okay, so let's start with our editorial. And before that, if you are new to our channel, kindly like, share, as well as subscribe, and also promote to your friend circle. So when we talk about sanitation, you know that it's a very important part of life. So we keep sanitation in our homes, but when it comes to the public place, most of the scenario is in the negative sense. Like people creates dirt, even there are mismanagement of solid dust particles and all of that. So to curtail this scenario, to ensure that there should be proper sanitation, our Prime Minister on 2nd of October 2014 launched the Swachhata Bharat mission to have a free from open defecation and many more outcomes. So after that, to judge the progress of various states, to ensure that states are competing to each other, there was genesis of Swachh Bharat Sarvekshan, and also the Swachh Bharat Award as well, the sanitation award. Okay, so different states and the different city gets different awards and certificates based on the survection report and analysis. So here our basic aim will be to discuss about Swachh Sarvekshan Award 2023, which were conferred to different city. So first of all, try to remember for the prelims that Indore and Surat have jointly won the Cleanest City Award, and both got the first position. In previous Sarvekshan Award, Surat was second. And tell me where these cities are located. And apart from that, awards were given based on subunits, like for urban centers having less than 1 lakh population, the Sashwad location in Maharashtra was given, And apart from that, best Safai Mantra Surakshit Shahar was awarded to Chandigarh, and also cleanest Ganga towns were given to Varanasi and Prayagraj. So these are different dimensions of the award and were given to different locations in the cities and the towns. But tell me, how the winners get selected for these awards? It's all based on Swachh Sarvekshan report or Swachh Sarvekshan 2023. Specifically for the 2023 award. For 2022, it was based on Swachh Sarvekshan 2022. Okay, who conducts this? The Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Now, try to remember for the prelims, it's Ministry of Housing Affairs. It's not Ministry of Environment. Okay, under the Swachh Bharat Urban Mission 2.0 since 2016. Now, when we talk about Swachh Sarvekshan 2023, so what was the theme of this 2023? Waste to wealth. And you know that we are mostly focusing that how our waste that we generate from our household, from the industry, from different areas, dimensions, this should be utilized for energy generation, for fertilizer, for many use. So that is called as waste to wealth, because here we are converting the waste to wealth. Okay, and also additional weightage has been given to various indicators like source segregation of the waste. And maybe you are knowing about source segregation, like you have the waste in the house, and let's say there is liquid waste and there is solid waste, so you can segregate the liquid waste with the solid waste. Okay, so that is the segregation of waste. And apart from that, other parameters are also involved, like enhancement of waste processing capacity of city, how much city is improving their capacity, and there are many more dimensions as well. Okay, but we are not going into that dimension. Okay, and also there are new indicators which has been included, like phased reduction of plastics, as we also know that plastic is creating ruckus in the environment. So new indicators has been added, and there are many indicators as well. And when we talk about Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0, so it was launched in 2021 to make all the cities garbage free city by 2026. And kindly remember the target for the prelims, and it's a centrally sponsored scheme. That means the state has to contribute, co-contribute in the fund as well. It's centrally sponsored. One is your central sector scheme, where 100% funding is from the central government, and here it's a sponsored. That means the state government also have to fund. And apart from that, it covers all the statutory towns, right? And there are many other initiatives that promote Swachh Bharat, like we have the special Swachhata campaign 3.0 for reducing dependency in the government. Apart from that, Swachhata Pakhwada by various ministries, they are conducted, awareness programs are there, and even many states have their way of sanitation plans, schemes, yojana, all of that. So hope you understood. Now we are coming to the issues related to this survection. So first of all, you may have observed from the previous award that when we talk about top 10 cities that got the award, they are more or less the same cities. Okay, like Indore is coming top since various times. Okay, and then we have the Surat and we have the different cities. So top 10 cities more or less remains same. But when we talk about the cities after top 10, so there is volatility, their ranking gets changed, their ranking get altered. So what does it represents? It represents the stagnation in sanitation process or the mechanism, specifically after top 10 cities. Okay, so here we need to focus on cities after top 10 more, so that their volatility should be reduced and they should compete to these top 10 cities as well. Then we have the parochialism. It simply means narrowness. That means whatever dimensions or the parameters we are using to produce the Swachhata Sarvekshan report and the award, it has limited dimension. We should increase the dimensions. Like we can have a dimension related to the city which is cleanest and are located on Kaveri, or the Narmada town city. Okay, so these type of dimensions should be added. Then there is another issue, but before that, tell me what's the motive to give award to this city? It's all because to motivate, to compete one city or one state with the other. But in this article, there is a saying that it's not a sports competition, that a states will compete, a state will improve. However, you can disagree, but the city's success or the failure depends on many factors like their history, their location, their economic conditions, and their proximity to power. Okay, so we need to work upon these factors as well, like how we can reform their economic stagnation. Suppose a city is there but they are not able to finance their city, so there is less chances that they will be improve their sanitation quality. So that is one important dimension. So there is a suggestion, and you can also agree with that, that whatever the top cities are there that ranks first or second in the frequent times, they should retire or they should exit out from the future rankings for few years, not for every time or for not for the permanent, so that new cities can come to the ranking list as the top position, and these city can have a self motivation that yes, we got the good rank. It's the way like you got the first rank, and suppose each and every time same person is getting the first rank, so maybe the another person is not able to get the chance to come to the first position. So this is the suggestion which has been given. Hope you understood this article in detail and try to answer the question that we have asked you. Like on 2nd of October 2014, this Swachh Bharat mission was launched, and now we have the 10 years to complete. So tell me what are the achievements of Swachh Bharat mission, and also what are the bottlenecks associated with this, and give the examples with your experience, not the theoretical learnings, just the experience in your locality, and try to give the answer. That will be the best way to analyze an issue, to understand an issue. Hope you understood. Now we are shifting to second editorial, and you can relate with GS paper 2. So when we talk about police, I want to ask you a question. Whenever you face a problem or the hurdle, so there is very less chance that you will be visiting the police station unless and until there is serious matter involved. Yes or no? Maybe yes. Mostly yes. So why this scenario is happening? It's all because we feel insecure in visiting the police station. You may thought that what will happen if police backfired my charges. Okay, and it can impact your time, it can impact your money, and many more things, the mental problems and all of that. So what happens then? The needy people, or we can say majority of the people who are innocent, and there is a request created by other people, but these innocent people do not able to visit the police station because of all these hurdles. So do you think that there should be reforms? Yes. So here we will be talking about some of the hurdles, what is it present, and how it can be reformed. So let's start our discussion. First of all, we will be talking about contest. Like recently, 3-day conference in Jaipur, Jaipur is city in Rajasthan, okay, occurred. And here the top level police officer, specifically the director general of police level officers, were in the discussion. Apart from that, the home minister was there. Okay, it was concluded. And also Prime Minister Modi interacted with the officers, and they emphasized that there should be the strict enforcement of the laws, and there should be efficient policing. And via efficient policing, what will happen? Law and order will be properly established. There should be peace and stability, and also there will be more registration of the cases, and more actions will be taken. Culprits will be punished, and there will be reduction in the crime cases. So that is the basic idea behind the efficient policing. And in efficiency, you need to add a technology as well. You need to have an involvement of technology so that you can quickly chase the culprit. Otherwise, nowadays technology is being utilized by the culprit but not by the police. So this digital barrier should be eliminated, should be reduced, should be minimized. That is one thing. Now, when we talk about issues of policing system, first of all, and you must agree, you may agree, basically, lack of public trust. Most of the people, they fear to visit the police station because they thought if they visit, they will be charged fine, they will be like stuck in the cases, and their precious time will be getting spoiled. So because of that, there is lack of public trust. Apart from that, corruption and all of that. Okay, and hence, until and unless there is extreme distress, most of the people will avoid visiting the police station. So that is the scenario, and that's why even culprits do the crime and they enjoy in the public space, but the innocents on which the crime occurred, they have to face the challenges and the hurdles. Okay, otherwise vice versa or the opposite should occur. Then there is growing discord between center and the few opposition led state. It simple means like we have the police system, we have the all India services, and in all India services, basically they are appointed by central government, and they are deputed to different states. Okay, but we know that our constitutional system and the political system have the federalistic features. Okay, so we have the center and we have the states. So in the states, these all India police officers are deputed. Okay, and maybe the police officers are deputed in those states which are not ruled by central government parties. So what will happen? There will be like tussle between the state government and the central government for like conflict of interest will be there. Okay, and we see these type of incidents in newspaper many a times. So that's why sometimes what the state administration does, like they try to recruit the police officers from the state public service commission, and they promote these persons so that these persons should serve for their interest, not for the interest of the union government. However, as we know that as per our constitution, the bureaucracy or the police have to serve for law and order. Okay, so that is one thing. Now we have the role of enforcement directorate, and nowadays you are seeing that the enforcement directorate are registering cases in various states, okay, against the accused, but some state raise concerns like they are politically angled, okay, and to destroy the image of the opposition and all of that. So here there is a need to have proper mechanism to have pattern of investigation for the enforcement directorate, okay, to ensure that federal governance is also protected. Now when we talk about other issue, there is lack of opportunity for lower rank officers. What does it mean? Like in the police system or in the administration or in the bureaucratic system, there is a hierarchy. Hierarchy means lower officers to upper level officers. Like when we talk about DM, though it's like highest officer in the district. Okay, but beyond below that, there is many officers that assist DM or the top level police officers. So what happens, like these lower rank police officials, let's say constables hai, sub inspectors hai, okay, so their opinions, their suggestions may not get accepted by the higher rank officials. Okay, and due to that, suppose they want to add innovative ideas, they want to showcase their talent, but this can be restricted, and the top level officers like IPS officers alone get all the attentions and the glory. So that is the thing. Hence there is a suggestion like unlocking the potential, empowering the lower ranks. So these lower rank peoples or the officers should be empowered. Okay, and for that restructuring is needed. Based on that, the gap between higher and lower ranks should be reduced. Okay, and when we talk about gap na, it doesn't mean that the level of hierarchy will be compromised, but these lower rank officials should be able to freely communicate their ideas, showcase their talents to the higher officials in a positive manner, and the higher officials should accept if the suggestions is good. Okay, otherwise there is a lack of communication even in the officials working in the same department or the field. So that is another concern. So knowledge, integrity and empathy should also be there in the police officials for the common men, and that is very much needed. And when we talk about other issues, so the senior officers lack of interest in educating the lower ranks. Okay, that's why there is an important suggestion that DGP, which is Director General of Police, and the subordinates should dedicate an hour daily to knowledge expansions for the lower ranks, so that these lower rank officials should have expanded knowledge and can properly share, communicate their ideas. And there is another issue like politicization of the police, and we see on the daily basis in the news media channels, all of that. Okay, so we need to insulate the police. We need to separate the police from the political pressure. Otherwise, constitutional justice will not be there. Equitable justice will not be there. There will be the discrimination. There will be differences in giving justice. Okay, based on pressure. So it should not be there. And the police officials also should say no to the illegal demands. And we have many officers who have the courage to say no to the higher authority, and they have done wonders in their life and achievements, and they maintain their integrity, courage, okay, empathy as well. So ensuring the independence and autonomy of operation for the police force is a pipe dream, but if proper implementation and proper suggestions should be accepted, then it will be fulfilled as well. So that is the article discussion. And tell me some of the important like person or the officials who challenged or dared to say no, okay, for maintaining their integrity. So if you have any name suggestion, please do comment in the chat box. We are happy to hear it. So thank you friends. Thank you very much for this discussion.